All right. So I think the focus is going to be primarily hamstrings today. But we will start with our breathing meditation, and let's do that in Savasana. So if you want to go ahead and lie down on your back and close your eyes, just be comfortable. If you need to have your knees bent or put a pillow underneath them, feel free to do that. If you need something under your head, go ahead. Once you are lying down comfortably in your Savasana, take a moment to look inside of you, starting with your emotions. It's been crazy. The summer has been crazy. The weather has been crazy. The smoke has been crazy. Life is unpredictable and it's unsettling. How do you respond? How do you feel? It's okay. All those emotions swirling around. If we acknowledge them, then we can work with them. So first, we notice. And then we give thanks. We say thank you. Thank yourself to start for just being here, for making the effort to be present for yourself for this next hour. And also focusing on the thankfulness and the gratitude. Look around. Look around your environment. All the people you have, the beautiful home that you have. All the comforts that you have. You are doing well navigating through this life. Good job. And moving into your mind. Our minds are swirls of activity. Just like our emotions, we need to acknowledge what's going on there. And try not to judge. Try not to interact. Simply notice. And then make a promise to yourself. All of these swirling, busy thoughts, you will get back to. You will take care of, but not now. Now is not the time. Set them aside. And bring your awareness into your physical body. Feel those little twitches and tensions through your back and your hips, wherever they are. Simply notice them and know that they will change. We are in constant change. And then bring that awareness inside to your breath. Notice the breath. Feel the breath moving through you. In and out. Then begin to control the breath. slowing it down, perhaps counting to 4 as you inhale. And perhaps counting to 4 as you exhale. And repeating that, counting silently and slowly as you inhale and as you exhale. Now, before we move to our hamstring stretch with our strap, we're going to go ahead and simply use that breath to move our bodies. So when you're lying on the ground, I'd like you to picture snow angels. Okay? So you're lying in the snow, but use that breath. And as you inhale, raising your arms tall and your legs wide. And as you exhale, bringing everything back together. Snow angels, slow, controlled, just observing the sensations in the body, but allowing that breath to be the guide. Do a couple more of these snow angels, slow and controlled. And when you get back to that closed position, go ahead and bend your legs. Keep the arms out. And I'm going to invite you to roll onto your left side. So the knees are pointing to the left, but the shoulders are still touching the ground. So that's going to be your exhale as you roll to the left. And then slowly follow the breath. Inhale back through center. And when your breath is ready to exhale, you're going to roll to the right side, slowly with awareness.
I'm going to take my cat.
So go ahead and keep rolling those knees back and forth as you breathe. Allow the breath to guide you. And when you come to stillness, I'm going to invite you to find your strap. When you find your strap, we're going to begin by placing it around your right foot. Now, your left leg can be straight. You're going to have more of a stretch if you do that. If that's too much for you, then go ahead and bend the left knee, placing that will just lighten this up a little bit for you. When you're using the strap, don't overextend your arms. Don't have your hands as close to your foot as you can. Instead, slide your hands down the strap so that your elbows come to rest on the ground. That's going to allow you to keep your shoulders back and down. And the strap is not something that you're actively pulling against. It's just a support, really, so that you're not having to work to keep the leg up and you can just relax with it. So I like to take and wrap that strap around me so I don't even have to hold on to it. It's just wrapped around my hands. Nice and simple. Now, think about the leg, the right leg in the air. If you have your knee bent, then you have your foot too far forward for you, too far up. Go ahead and extend it more of an angle if you need to. Find where you can straighten that knee and it's comfortable. Wherever that is for you. Once you find that spot where you can have a straight knee and the elbows resting on the ground, but you're getting a little bit of support from that strap, then go ahead and begin to focus, pulling those toes back toward your face, pushing that heel up and away from you, and pulling that hip, the right hip, down into the ground. Doing all of this bidirectional thinking is like pulling taffy in two directions at once. And it's going to hopefully get you a nice stretch along that back side of the leg. Now don't forget to breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. For some people, this feels marvelous, and for some people, this feels like torture. So particularly if you're feeling like you're being tortured a bit, I would like you to bend your knee and to bring that knee toward the body. Bring the whole leg toward the body.
Which leg?
The right leg that's been up in the sky. We're just going to bend the knee and bring it in toward the belly. Loosen everything up so it's relaxed. Now, visualize. It's not going to really stay here, but try to keep the knee as close to where it is as you begin to straighten that leg again. Nice and slow. Bring the knee toward the chest, and then trying to keep the knee kind of sort of there. Work toward straightening that leg again. So bend and straighten that leg. And as you straighten that right leg, you'll always think about pulling those toes in toward the face, pushing the heel up and away, and pulling that hip toward the ground. And you go, wow, there's a lot of sensation. That's what we're looking for. So feel free to explore how much you want to bend that knee and how much you want to have straight. So explore that for a moment, and I will watch you. Think about trying to smoosh the bug on the sky, in the roof of your room. So as you're pushing that heel up, you're trying to smoosh that bug with the heel. That's better, yeah. Good, nice stretches. When you're ready, come to stillness. So you still have the right leg up in the sky, and take both straps and put both straps into the right hand. From here, take your left hand and put it on top of your left hip. Encourage that hip to stay attached to the ground, pushing down. Take your right leg and open it toward the right side. So if you can have your elbow resting on the ground, that's going to be nice and more relaxing for you. So you're opening the right leg, thinking about the left hip pushing in. Don't let it roll up. Good. Think about the right toes and pull them back up toward your face again. Anybody who's a Gumby type person who's getting no sensation here, you're going to walk your toes up toward your head. So somebody who is really, really flexible would bring their foot upward to like 12 o'clock on a clock. All right. And then just breathe in and out. And again, do those little bends, just little slight bends in your knee, and then straighten it. Those little bends will help release the tension and then hopefully teach your body to relax a little bit into this. A little minor bends, always helpful. Good. And when you're ready, go ahead and slide your hands down the strap, bringing your leg back up toward the sky. And we're going to do the opposite. We're going to put both straps into your left hand, and the right arm is going to extend out at a 90-degree angle from your body. This time you are going to allow that right hip to pick up as you go across. The whole straight leg is going across your body. The hip is picking up. You may or may not come down to touch the floor or other things that are in the way. Think about your right shoulder. Push your right shoulder back toward the ground. You don't want to flip the whole body over, just from the hip. Now think about the right heel. If you can push that right heel away from you, that's going to help increase that sensation as well. Nice. And then breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. And then gently bring that leg back to center. And you can hold on to that strap, slide your arms down, bend the knee, bring the foot down to the floor. And then switch, putting that left foot into the rope, into the strap, bringing the left leg up toward the sky, and deciding if you would like your right leg extended or bent. And now again, think about your hands. If your arms are stretched up tall, it's pulling your shoulders up. I want you to slide your hands down your strap, getting your elbows to rest on the floor so that your shoulders can be back and down. You can just kind of hang out. And like I said, I wrap the strap around my hands so that I'm not even really hanging on. Then think about pulling your left toes back toward your face, pushing your left heel up toward the sky, and pulling the left hip toward the ground. If your knee is not able to be straightened, then your leg is too high for you. You're going to need to lower that whole leg toward the ground until you're able to straighten that knee, wherever that happens to be for you. From the spot where your knee can be straightened, I want you to think about pushing the heel up, pulling the toes back, and pulling that hip toward the ground. Feel the sensation and enjoy the sensation. Another choice for your hand position, if your strap is long enough and you're comfortable, you could have your hands above your head and the strap is just kind of resting around your hands. So this is usually if you're already at a 90-degree angle for your hip. And especially for those people who go beyond a 90-degree angle, this above the head position just is very relaxing, very comfortable. So again, breathe in. And as you exhale, you're releasing, relaxing deeper into the stretch, allowing the muscles to release. And when you are ready, you can begin those little bends where you bend that knee in toward the belly, the left knee toward the belly, and then trying to keep the left knee kind of sort of where it is. Work towards straightening that leg again. So bend and straightens. Looking for the sensation along the back side of that left leg. If you lose the sensation, just think about pushing the hip into the ground and pushing the heel away, and you'll get that sensation back. And then do those little bends and straightens as much or as little as you like. You're just looking to find the best variety of sensation for you. But if this is too much sensation, then you just come out of it a little bit. Bring your leg closer to the ground, release it a little bit if you need to, and then work with it again, where the sensation is present but not painful. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and put both straps into your left arm. The right arm can be placed either off to the side or on top of that right hip as a reminder to that right hip that it needs to stay glued down to the ground. When you're ready, you're going to open your left leg off to the side. Again, try to slide your hands down the strap so your elbow can rest on the ground. Just be a little bit more comfortable. Take out tension that you don't need. Right now there's tension in your leg because you're stretching it. You need that tension. But the tension in your shoulder, you don't need that. We're not working on it. So release that. Think about that right hip. Push it to the ground. Think about that left leg. Make sure that you're able to straighten the knee. If not, then lower it a little bit further toward your feet. There you go. Think about the left foot, heel pushing away from you, toes pulling toward you. And if you're super Gumby-like, then you just keep moving that leg closer to 12 o'clock, the top of the clock above your head. So breathing in and breathing out. And when you're ready, bend the knee a little bit. Bring the whole leg back through center. Switch hands. So now both straps are in the right hand. Extend the left arm off to the side. And when you're ready, take a breath in. When you exhale, your left leg is going to come across to your right side. You're going to allow the left hip to raise. Keep your elbow on the floor, relax it. You'll find a spot where you'll need to stop, and that's fine. You can work with little mini bends of the knee, bend and straighten if you like, nice and slow with awareness. Focus on your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath in. One more breath out. And when you're ready, return to center. Release that strap from the leg. Extend both legs long and then shake them out. Wobble them a bit. Good. Now go ahead and extend both arms above your head. Toes pointed, fingers stretched, everything stretched tall. Feel it through your whole middle body, all the abdominals. Stretch, 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 and release. Whew. Feels nice. So while we're here, let's do a banana asana, which is take your left hand and grab a hold of your right wrist. You're going to be bending your upper body, your shoulders toward the left side. And then take your legs and your feet are together. The hips are going to stay where they are, but the legs are going to pull over toward the left side. So the arms and the legs are both pulling toward your left side. You're making it the shape of a banana with your body. Banana asana. Breathing in and out and enjoying that stretch along the right side of your body. And then coming back through center, reversing. So this time my right hand is going to hold my left wrist. My feet are coming off to the right side. My arms are coming off to the right side. My left side body is pulling back toward the earth so that I can get that nice stretch along the whole left side. And then we breathe in and we breathe out. And when you're ready, come back to center. And let's go ahead and sit up. All right, how's everybody feeling?
Good.
Yeah? Okay. All right, so when you have your seat, be comfortable, have your shoulders above your hips. And let's go ahead and move these shoulders a little bit too. Let's just begin with a backward swim. So I have my left arm forward, and I'm going to bring it up and over. Then my right arm is coming forward, and I'm slowly going to swim, but it's not about the speed. It's about how far out can I stretch my arms and allowing that sensation, feeling what's happening in the shoulders. Nice. Good. Okay, let's reverse it. Let's go forward. So forward swim. Again, just slow awareness. Good. And go ahead and stop that. Shake it out. Let's just work with these shoulders for a moment. Go ahead and bring those shoulders up high by the ears. Pull them behind you, and then actively pull them down. Feel that pull, feel that strength pulling down and together with the shoulder blades. Good. Release that and do it again. Inhale, shoulders up. Hold your breath, pull them behind you. And then as you exhale, actively, strongly pull the shoulder blades down and together. Feel the strength there. Release them and do it one more time. Here we go. Inhale, raise the shoulders. Hold your breath as you pull them behind. And then exhale, slowly pulling down your back. Nice. And release. Good. Let's take the arms up again. This time we are in the goal post hands. And we're going to be rotating slowly toward fingers toward the earth. And then back up through center and behind you. Mine don't go very far, but that's okay. You're where you can. Good. And then back through neutral and rotating forward. Good. So we're just exploring the sensations and teaching your body that, hey, yeah, this is a motion I should be able to do. So I'm just giving it a go, trying it out. Good. Okay, then stop here at that goalpost again. And this time we're going to bring together the elbows and the hands and then pull them apart. Now there's different ways you can do this. You can just do the motion and you get no benefit. Or you can imagine that there's a lot of resistance as you pull together. Feel the muscles activate as you have that resistance. And the same thing when you're pulling apart, it's not an easy pull, it's a challenge pull. Go ahead and pull them as you can. And then back together with strength. There you go, good. We could use weights, we could use bands, or we can just use our mind. Mind can do plenty here. Nice. Good. All right, release those. Set them down. Shake it out. Okay, a couple of you are frozen screens. That's okay, as long as you can still hear me. All right. Let's go ahead and do some twists while we're here. I think most of you are seated in a way you can twist. Go ahead and inhale and lengthen the body. And as we do, let's inhale our arms up. And then as we exhale, twisting toward your left side, bringing the right hand across. Using your left hand to push into the ground so that you can lift that body tall again. Then when you exhale, think about pulling the core back toward your spine and twisting a little bit further. Good. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, increase the twist. Good. Back to center. And on the next exhale, twisting toward your right side. On your inhales, push into the ground and lift your whole body. And on the exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And then return back through center. And down. All right. We also had a mention of the middle back. So I think everybody has a block. Is that right? Books are great. If you have a book, make sure that it's only 4 or 5 inches wide. It's not a really big book because I'm going to be asking you to place the block kind of between your scapula on your back. So you want it to be a fairly narrow book.
I'm going to put a pillow on top of it.
Okay, that'll be fine. So what you're going to be doing is laying back onto that block, which is in the middle of your back. Okay. So this time my hips are on the floor. You might need something under your head, a roller, a pillow, something so that your head's not hanging. Hips are on the floor. Back is raised up, so you're getting a little bit of fold in that lower back there, and it goes up toward the mid back. And you can adjust, scooch around a little bit, maybe scooch down, maybe scooch up to get this. This should not be uncomfortable. So if you're aching and going, oh my goodness, I hate this, then you need to squirm around and find what works for you. Sometimes the block is simply the wrong size, and a rolled up, tightly rolled up towel might be a better choice for you. So find something that works there. And then open your arms, like T position arms, but then relax them so the elbows are bent down, resting on the ground. Shoulders are able to pull out over the top of the block, so that the gravity is pulling them back toward the ground. The chest is lifted up toward the sky. This is an open heart position, gives you a little bit of that back stretch, a little bit of the ab stretch, a little bit of the pectoralis stretch. And it's a position of vulnerability where you just have to release and accept that we are vulnerable, and it's okay to share that vulnerability. It actually helps other people when we do. So breathing in and breathing out. Enjoying this pose. Being open to receive what is it that you need when you are vulnerable, when you are open. You could be surprised by receiving something you didn't know that you needed. Take one more nice deep breath in here. And then let it go. I think we have to do that again. Just one more time. This will be the last one. Nice deep breath in. And nice exhale. And when you're ready, you can roll off that support, maybe onto your side, and then push your way up. So we want to counterbalance that because we were in extension of our spine. Now we want to go to deflection. So you could do this seated, but I think I prefer standing. So if you're able, go ahead and stand up. You can have your feet a little bit wider than hip width. They don't have to be at mat width, just a little bit wider than hip. Inhale and find length. And as you exhale, bend your knees, extend your spine long. You're going for a nice deep forward fold. So get your hands down to the ground or hold onto your legs or on the blocks. Release your head. We still have our knees bent at this point. We're just getting into that nice deep stretch, getting our heads close to the ground as you can. And then I'm beginning to move. I'm moving side to side with my weight, and then forward and around. So my knees are still bent at this point. Allowing my body to get used to this. Allowing the stretches along the spine. As gravity is pulling you differently. Now you can begin to try to straighten one knee and then the other. Back and forth. Alternate straightening of one knee and then the other. And you can push your hips side to side when you do this. Maybe a little bit of a twist as you do. And then when you're ready, you can come to stillness and straighten those legs. Both knees straightened, lowering the head, relaxing the whole body. Now, if you can't straighten the legs, if you need to keep them bent, please do. Allowing this inversion. It's not a full inversion because our feet are still down in the air. They're not up in the air, but allowing the sensation, letting gravity do its job, allowing the blood to move toward your head, and breathing deeply in and out. And as you breathe in, go ahead and come up slightly from this fold. And then as you exhale, deepen the fold. Fold closer to the ground. And when you're ready, begin to walk your hands up your legs, slowly coming up out of this deep, deep fold. Slowly, because your blood pressure will have lowered and you need to come up slowly to make sure you don't get dizzy. Nice. All right. And let's come back down to the ground. Up and down a bit. That's okay. Couple more stretches before we go into Savasana. Go ahead and extend your left leg forward. So we're really focusing on those hamstrings today. Did you like that forward fold?
Yes.
Yeah. I find that when I'm having a long day, whether I'm traveling or I've just been standing on my feet all day or whatever, and I'm just kind of, you know that feeling? If I go into that forward fold, especially around 3 o'clock in the afternoon where I'm just off into that place, that nice deep forward fold and just hang out there for several minutes can really help to re-liven my whole body. So give that a go sometime when you need it. All right, so our left leg is extended forward. Our right leg is bent in the foot to the thigh. And we're going to put our hands behind our hips to help us push and lift the body and straighten it. And then we're going to turn that body toward that left leg. So now I'm going to move my right hand forward so that, again, I can continue lifting, lifting, lifting. And then keeping that spine straight, I'm going to tip toward that left foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. And you might be staying way up here, just, straighten and release way up here because you got plenty of sensation in your leg. But if you're able, pull the toes of your left foot back toward the body. Push the bottom of that left leg into the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold from the hip. Couple more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then come back up to stillness and switch legs. So the right leg will extend, the left foot will bend into the right thigh, starting with the hands behind your hips. Inhale, lengthen, rotate the body so that it's over the right leg, and then bring that left hand forward, lengthen again, and then begin the fold. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. And when you're ready, lift up one more time. Bring both legs forward. And I'm doing this kind of like rock thing where I can lift the excess flesh and kind of center. All right. Then think about the backs of the legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, reaching for whatever you can reach. Grab those toes. Lengthen again. And then round and release. This is excellent for that back as well as for the legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Last breath in and out. And when you're ready, you can push back and find your way onto your backs. Let's bend our knees, both of them, and bring them into the belly. Reach around and grab those knees and make a little ball. You can lift your chin or keep it down. With this little ball, you can roll side to side. You can roll forward and back. Just get a nice little massage going. If you want, you can go into a wide leg, a straddle, or a happy baby, or a twist, whatever you want to do on your way to finding your Savasana. So when you are ready for your Savasana, find comfort, relaxation, support. Traditionally, you would have your feet at mat width, your arms at about 45 degrees. If you need to have something under your head, or if you need to have something under your knees, feel free to make those adjustments. And once you find your resting pose, then close your eyes. And take a nice deep breath in. And let it out. So in Shavasana, one more nice deep breath in. And a deep exhale. And then bring your awareness to the connections of your body to the ground. Start with your feet and notice the parts of you that are touching the earth. And then move up from your feet, through your legs, and notice the parts of you that are touching the ground. Continue moving up through your back, noticing the parts of you that are touching the ground. And continue moving up through your shoulders and your arms, noticing the parts of you that are touching the ground. Moving up through your head, noticing the parts of you that are touching the ground. Now notice all at once all of the connections of your body to the ground. And as you feel the connection of your body touching the ground, allow your body to get heavier, to release, to melt into the ground. Your body getting heavier, releasing, being supported by the ground. And bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows, known as the third eye. From this location, bring your awareness deeper inside your mind, through the pituitary gland, deeper into the mind. As an observer, you notice the busyness of the mind, the thoughts coming and going and swirling around. You try not to judge. You try not to interact. You're just watching these thoughts. But you also have some control. You can decide to slow the thoughts. And as these swirling thoughts slow down, you begin to notice that there is space between the thoughts. And as the thoughts slow and the spaces grow,
you can move into the space between the thoughts. In this space, there is stillness, quiet, peace, love, contentment, joy, connection. In this space, all is right, all is good, all is everything, and all is connected through love. Enjoy silently for a moment this amazing, peaceful space. And slowly notice the physical space that you are in again. Feel the connections of your body to the ground. Feel the air as it moves across your skin. Move a toe or a finger or an elbow and gently find your way to your right side, supporting your head on your arm, pulling your knees up toward your belly, knowing this is a position of comfort and security, like receiving a great big hug. And I invite you, if you choose, to silently say to yourself your first name followed by I am deeply with you. And when you are ready, gently push your way up to a seated position of comfort. Drawing your hands together to heart center, remembering that you are special. You are imperfectly perfect, and that you are greatly loved. The word namaste means the light that is within me honors the light that is within you, and so we share. Namaste.
Thank you, everybody, for being here today.